Bertrand Russell was also a mathematician. He has also written a very great book on mathematics, Principia Mathematica, which I don't think anybody ever reads, except a few crazy people like me. He came to know about a problem. The government of Britain had ordered all the libraries to make a catalogue of all the books. They had to keep one copy of the catalogue in the library, and to send another copy to the central government library, so that they could know how many books were in the whole country. The librarians made the catalogue. And finally a few intelligent ones became very disturbed. What to do about the catalogue they are keeping in a library? Because that has become a big book itself. Should it be included in the catalogue? If they don't include it, then it is against the order. The order says, all the books in the library should be included in the catalogue. So according to the order, the catalogue also has to be included. But it looks very foolish that the catalogue includes itself. But they were just small-town librarians. The idea came and puzzled them, but they thought, we should not worry, we will just send them to the central library. But to the central library, the order was the same, that they should make a catalogue of all the catalogues, keep one copy with them, and send the other copy to the government. The man at the central library was far more educated, far more intelligent, but even he could not figure out what to do. Whether to have the catalogue included in the catalogue itself. That looks ridiculous, and hilarious, but not to include it goes against the order. So he asked Bertrand Russell, you are a great mathematician, you have to solve this puzzle. Bertrand Russell worked on it but could not find any solution. Everything was wrong if you put it in the catalogue. It does not look right that the catalogue is catalogued in itself. If you don't keep it in the catalogue, that is not right because the catalogue is in the library and you have left one book uncatalogued. Remember Gödel, the old man who was a world-famous mathematician and who was known to be completing a book on which he had worked for 40 years. And perhaps no mathematical book would ever be so complete, so exhaustive. Bertrand Russell sent the puzzle to him. Gödel was just completing the final chapter, the last pages. His whole hypothesis was that mathematics can solve all problems, but he could not solve the problem of this catalogue, whether to include it in itself or not. He became so shocked that just a small thing cannot be solved by his whole mathematical experience that he did not publish his book. He became so frustrated, he sent the puzzle back to Bertrand Russell and told him, I'm not going to complete the book. And I'm not going to publish it although I have wasted my whole life on it. What is the use? It cannot solve a simple thing. Science is an effort to demystify existence in every way. And that's what theology has been doing before science. Trying to demystify everything. God created the world that makes you safe. God is the Father that makes you secure. He will take care of you. Everything is decided by God, of course. It cannot be against you. God is compassionate. That's what Mohammedans say. Rahman Rahim, He is kindness, He is compassion itself. So don't be worried about anything. Even all your sins will be forgiven. Because His compassion is far bigger than your ability to commit sins. How many sins can you commit in a small life of 70 years? If you go on committing sins, day and night, without taking time for eating and sleeping and bathing, just sins, a continuum from the cradle to the grave, even then you cannot commit so many sins that they are greater than the compassion of God. You'll be forgiven. It gives great safety, a great consolation. Just believe in God. Theology was trying to create safety, consolation, security. And now science has taken over from theology, on a more pragmatic basis, and is doing the same thing, just giving you a false idea that you need not worry. Science knows all. The very word science means nothing, but I want to insist again and again to you, neither theology, nor science, nor philosophy. No effort of man can demystify existence. You need to be courageous to accept the insecurity. Not only accept, but rejoice in it. You have to rejoice in the mystery of existence. From the smallest pebble on the beach to the whole universe, everything is so mysterious that there is no possibility of knowing it. Not knowing is the way of the mystic. Insecurity is the way of the mystic. And to be a sannyasins is to be on the path of the mystic. If you change your basic standpoint, which is wrong, utterly wrong, then your whole problem disappears. And then you are capable of dancing amidst all insecurity. You are capable of loving and laughing amidst all not knowing. Not knowing is nothing but innocence, and insecurity is nothing but a constantly changing panorama, always fresh and new. Nothing is repeated in existence. You must have heard the saying, History repeats itself. History repeats itself because history has consisted up to now of stupid human beings. Existence is so intelligent it never repeats itself. It never creates another Jesus, another Moses, another Buddha, another Chang Tzu, another Socrates. It simply never repeats. Its creativity is tremendous, inexhaustible. Yes, the history of man repeats itself, because the life of man is a routine. If you look at your life, you go on repeating it. Slowly the repetition becomes your efficiency. You become almost a robot. You lose your consciousness. Consciousness is needed only if each moment is new, because you have to respond to a new situation. Old answers won't do. It is a great blessing that life is insecure. Love is insecure, and fundamentally we are in a state of not knowing. We can be childlike, running after butterflies, collecting seashells on the beach, or colored stones, as if they are diamonds, and enjoy all of them. In my childhood, I used to have as many pockets as possible. My tailor used to be very angry with me. He said, "You will spoil my credit. Nobody will come to me for their clothes to be made." What kind of dress is this? With 4 pockets in front, pockets even on the arms, pockets on the pants. Not just 2, 4. He said, "You are mad, and you are driving me mad." I said, "I need all these pockets because I love the river, and I find so many beautiful stones that all these pockets fall short." Whenever I would come home with my pockets full of stones, I would even go to bed with all the stones. Everybody was angry. "What do you think these stones are? Diamonds, or emeralds, or rubies?" I said, "I don't know, but they are immensely beautiful. And I cannot sleep without my treasure. It feels good that they are close to me." Not knowing is nothing but innocence. These two things are very foundational: insecurity and not knowing. If you can relax in these two, you are a sage, you are awakened. If you go against these two, you are going against your own enlightenment, against your own possibility of being a sage.